What radio? The music you want.
Do you get me?
With your host, KeysDAN.
Ain't much to look at after you scrape them off your boot.
RadioWhat.com.
Would you like to know more?
What's up, party people? It's KeysDAN with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Heroes and Angels ComiCon this time. And I know it might sound a little bit different. I have a little bit of a different setup today. This is my podcast, What Makes You Famous. It's kind of an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And today, it's a very special edition, at least to me. I hope you enjoy it. I was at the Heroes and Angels ComiCon 2019, and I got to speak with quite a few people that were hanging out at the Heroes and Angels ComiCon. And I'm so excited to bring this out to you. Heroesandangelscomicon.org. It's it benefits the kids that have cancer and their families, of course, because once a child has cancer, at least one of the parents has to quit their jobs and take care of that kid full time. You know, taking them to doctors and making sure that they have the proper medicine. And Heroes and Angels, if even just in a small way, and maybe a not so small way, they're raising money, trying to get some money to help out because it gets costly. And hopefully the heroes are the ones who are fighting the battle against cancer, and the angels are the ones that have succumbed to cancer. So Heroes and Angels Comic-Con, it was good. 2019 for sure. I enjoyed myself. I saw lots and lots of happy faces. I finished my show the night before about 3 a.m. I was back at the house and I, made myself go to bed. And I said, well, I don't have to be at the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con too early. My part of the show was the after party. I was going to DJ I DJ'd the after party, which went very well. Thank you very much. It was so much fun. The kids kept singing and, we could have gone forever and ever and ever. They started the karaoke and that was it. That's all she wrote. But I said, well, all right, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll just wake up naturally and then head to the show. Now, the Comic-Con Heroes and Angels itself was from 10 in the morning until 4 in the evening, and then the 5 o'clock after party. But I don't know. I guess I was so excited to get to Heroes and Angels, my eyes just opened up at 8:30. So I quick hop in the shower and headed on over, and I was there in plenty of time. By about 9:30, it's only about a half hour away from where I live in Conway. So it was, I'm glad I got there early. I set up all my stuff. They were able to use it for announcements and such. And it, just to see all the cosplayers, and I was able to chit chat with quite a few of the people that were there, the writers, the other other podcasters as well were there, and you'll hear who they were coming up in this podcast. So definitely, I had such a good time looking at and the cosplayers. Forget about it. The cosplayers are what steals the show, at least in my eyes. You get to see all these people. These I'm not even gonna say kids, because it's all ages, and they put in so much effort into this cosplay, and I appreciate it. If nobody else does, and I know other people do, but I definitely appreciate it. So I got to see some of the cosplayers that were in. I had one of the cosplayers that was on a previous episode of this podcast was there, and of course, big shout out to Brandy Bullock. She definitely, I didn't get a chance to speak to her on the podcast, but I mean, we did chit chat and we hugged, and definitely it was, she was happy. She was happy. She was nervous, a nervous wreck the whole time. Very instrumental in putting this together. She is the headpiece, definitely, of, have I said definitely like way too much? I think I have. I have to learn to talk. So Brandy Bullock, good job on putting on Heroes and Angels. I think it was just a great turnout. I saw so many happy faces. I don't think I heard one complaint about Heroes and Angels. The space was good. It was Sherwood Forest in Sherwood, Arkansas. Definitely. Oh, there's another definitely. I got to stop doing that. But big enough for the con, for the Heroes and Angels ComiCon. I look forward to next year for sure. So Heroes and Angels ComiCon. If you didn't make it out to the 2019, I encourage you to head over to heroesandangels.org and find out more about this great cause. And I know they have little mini events throughout the year where they're raising funds for putting on the big event, and then those proceeds go to benefit the kids that are battling with cancer. So say no to cancer, first off, and let's get into it. The Heroes and Angels ComiCon 2019.
KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con. And I'm sitting here at the Natural State Escape. We talked about it on a previous podcast with Brandy, and she mentioned the Heroes and Angels, the Natural State Escape, and I have the Natural State Escape person right here in front of me. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Ryan Cole, and me and my husband Keith Cole own this. We've been doing it about 3 years, and we started it because we wanted to get into escape rooms, but we didn't have the money for an actual location. And so we thought the next best thing was to bring it to people and put it on the bed of a truck, build it on site. So
I'm seeing this. It's a box. What are the dimensions of this room here?
It is an 8x8 and 8 foot tall. And it all breaks down and fits in a bed of a truck.
Now, what is it? All I'm seeing is the outside of this wooden crate type thing. There's a few windows, but the windows are very opaque, so you cannot see out of them. I don't know what's in there. There's a door in the front. It's got a lock on it. I don't know what's inside. I'm scared. Should I be afraid?
Not of this one. This one's very kid-friendly. What you do is, you go in there. We lock you in, and you have to figure out how to get out. So there's a key to the door hidden in there, but you have to figure out clues and puzzles to get out, and you only have a certain amount of time to do it. So this one most of ours are designed just like this, the box, because it's just easier, but the inside, when you go inside, you're taken to a different reality.
I encourage you, if you missed it at the Heroes and Angels, look up the Natural State Escape. How do they find you online?
We are on Facebook, Natural State Escape LLC, or you can look us up on Instagram. Same thing, Natural State Escape. We go to a lot of the local Comic-Cons, so that's usually where you can find us. But Facebook is the number one way to find us.
Thank you so much, Ryan, for telling me a little bit more about the Natural State Escape. Husband and wife owned, family owned, and some of them could scare the daylights out of you. Am I right?
We do have one where you are handcuffed in there, so if you're scared of that, or if you're scared of small spaces, that's probably not a good idea either.
What am I, Houdini? Of course I'm scared of being handcuffed. Thank you so much again. Natural State Escape, hanging out here at the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con. KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, the What Makes You Famous podcast. Hashtag What Makes You Famous.
Party people at the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con. I am not the greatest podcaster in the whole world. Imagine that. I was carrying my portable device for recording, and I forgot to hit the record button for the first part of this little interview. And silly me, it was I lose face in front of another podcast. I was so excited to speak to the fellas from the Southern Fried Geekery We had Craig and Sean there. I encourage you, if you haven't listened to the Southern Fried Geekery, do so. It's a book club of four fellas just sitting around a kitchen table, from what I understand, and the mental image that they project. So Southern Fried Geekery, check their podcast out. And here's a little bit from Craig and Sean from the Southern Fried Geekery podcast at Heroes and Angels ComiCon 2019.
To do with geek culture, but we do focus a lot on the comic book part. We talk about all the Marvel movies, all the DC movies, anything happening in geek culture. Give us a listen. We'd love to hear your feedback on our show. You got anything to add?
But yeah, like I said, we're about spreading positivity in comics. You know, we want you to go out there and buy the comics that we're reading, and you read them as well and enjoy them with us. We also talk about anime, cosplay, and when they allow me, I'll sneak wrestling in there when I can. But, so yeah, check us out.
Now, when you do the Manga-rama, you always say something at the end of that, and I have no idea what it means. Now, my daughter, my 13-year-old, she's learning Japanese. Yes, she's learning Japanese. I really think so. Do. No, wait, I can't say too much of that song because I don't have the rights to it. Tell me what it is that you say at the end of your Manga-rama.
Actually, I say the English first. If you actually listen, it says, thank you for the meal, ikidakimasu. Which means thank you for the meal.
Ikidakimasu. Thank you for the meal. Do you hear that? I'm teaching you Japanese. They're teaching you Japanese at the Southern Fried Geekery podcast. Man, it's awesome. Yeah, I found my jacket that I usually wear to Comic-Cons, and it has all the buttons on it, the pins from various things, various superheroes, and 80s, of course, because I come from the 80s. And last year at the Comic-Con Way, I met them, and I still have their card in my pocket, which shows that I don't wash this jacket. Maybe that's a reflection on me, perhaps. I don't know.
Pin on there too, so we appreciate that.
Oh yeah, I still got the pin for the Southern Fried Geekery hanging out right here. All right. Well, cool. Any last thoughts?
Hey, if you're in the local Sherwood area, come out and see Heroes and Angels Comic-Con.
And of course, if you hear this after the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con, get involved with the Heroes and Angels at, I think it's heroesandangels.org. I'll definitely put it in the show notes. Definitely. Thank you so much. Southern Fried Geekery. Awesome. KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live in a living color from the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con. And who do I have in front of me? Iron Man. Hey, wait a minute. That's not the theme for Iron Man. Which Iron Man are you?
I am the Arkansas Iron Man, based off the Avengers Assemble cartoon series.
Well, I noticed today you're wearing the Infinity Gauntlet. I hope you haven't spoiled Endgame for me because I haven't seen it yet.
Don't ask me questions about it, or don't ask me what I thought about it, and we'll be all right.
That's probably a good idea. So tell me about your cosplay. I know that you go around town. I've seen you filling my social media feed daily, on the daily, and I love it. And you bring your whole family to events, and that's a great thing, a family-oriented cosplay. Tell me more, Arkansas Iron Man.
Well, I enjoy going all over the state, making kids happy. It's just a 20 or 30 minutes of being around me. It brings a lot of joy, and that's rewarding for me.
I've only been around you for about 30 seconds, and I'm already feeling the joy. I love it, man. It's the Arkansas Iron Man, everybody. And the wife already took a pic. What's she going to do with that pic, man? Is she going to throw darts at it?
Probably I would.
That's good. He got me. He zinged me. See that? He said he would. I got the face for radio.
Awesome. Well, come on out. I've got free pictures, free trading cards, free posters, and props to take pictures with.
Now, you know this is a podcast, so they're probably going to listen to it after the Heroes and Angels. Where can they find you on social media, Arkansas Iron Man?
They go to Facebook or Instagram and type in Ark Iron Man. Tell me they listen to this podcast, and I'll send them a free gift.
Ooh, super duper. Did you hear it? You get free stuff from the Arkansas Iron Man. Thank you so much for speaking with me. It's the What Makes You Famous podcast. Hashtag What Makes You Famous, Arkansas Iron Man. Any last words?
I'm Iron Man.
Well said. Thank you. What's up, party people? KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com in the What Makes You Famous podcast. I'm hanging out at the Heroes and Angels ComiCon. I know you're listening to this after the ComiCon's already done, but I spoke to a lot of the cool people that are hanging around, and I'm looking at a green Power Ranger. Maybe he'll talk to me. Maybe. Let me get close enough.
What's up?
All right, Green Power Ranger, that was well said. Maybe you can expound on that. Who is the Green Power Ranger, and how can people interact with the Green Power Ranger?
I'm a teenager with an attitude.
Okay. Now, you're a cosplayer, and, I put you in that little box. You're a cosplayer, but you're so much more. Tell us about your cosplay.
It's the Green Ranger.
Okay. How do people find you? How do people find you online and maybe have you at their events?
Well, if they really want to look for us, they can find us on Instagram at Web of Warnock. And we do events like Spider-Man for... we was actually in Van Buren recently, and Spider-Man had an event up there. It was really awesome.
Now, the family that cosplays together stays together. I noticed you have your lovely bride there. And I know there's kids that run around, at least one child that runs around, and he's got costumes as well. Maybe I'll get close enough to the bride, and she won't bite me hard. She's the Yellow Ranger. Want to say a few words? Say something to the people.
Hello, what's up?
Tell us more, Yellow Ranger.
Well, I'm a little shy. I'm not used to these.
She's basically the shy one in the group, We have the Web of, was it Web of Warnock, right? The Web of Warnock. Find them online, and you can have them at your event. I mean, I see Superman, Supergirl. I see Spider-Man. I see, Iron Fist. Oh, I'm so dumb. Danny Rand. Yeah.
Diva from Overwatch.
Overwatch. See, this is a whole family that cosplays together and goes around town making the people happy. I like it. I love it. I want more of it. Tell us any last words for the people.
Come to Heroes and Angels ComiCon. If you don't make it this year, come next year.
Support Heroes and Angels. Thank you, Web of Warnock Cosplay. What's up, party people? It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live in a living color from the Heroes and Angels ComiCon. If you didn't get to the Heroes and Angels ComiCon this year, you definitely go to Heroes and Angels and find out more about Heroes and Angels and the good cause that they're involved in. I have a cosplayer standing in front of me. She's at her booth. Introduce yourself for the people of What Makes You Famous.
Queen Koopa Cosplay.
Okay, and what's your real name, Sarah? What's your real name?
Sarah Drew.
Sarah Drew. Queen Koopa Cosplay. What kind of cosplay do you do?
I like video game characters, comic book characters, Disney. I do a lot of Disney princesses. Just about any character that I like that has a cool costume design.
Very cool. And what kind of wares are you purchase are here for purchase for the people?
I've got comic book themed pot holders and blankets and birth cloths, and I have some cosplay prints, and I made some stuffed animals that go with my cosplay today that I'm selling.
How did you get into cosplay? This is pretty cool. And is it something that people can do, maybe not for a living, but on the side and possibly for a living?
My first cosplay was in 2013, and I was hooked immediately. It's just so much fun to dress up as somebody and meet other people who like the same characters you do, and it's just the best way to make new friends.
Sarah Drew, Queen Koopa Cosplay. Say it in your sweet little voice.
Queen Koopa Cosplay.
Dig it. It's KeysDAN, Heroes and Angels ComiCon. I know you're listening to this after the Heroes and Angels ComiCon is already done, but you make sure, if you didn't make it out to this year's, you make it out to next year's, and maybe you can meet the Queen Koopa herself. Any last words for the people?
Hope to see you guys next year.
Hooray! Oh, wait, how do they find you online, social media?
On Facebook, I'm Queen Koopa Cosplay. On Instagram, I'm Queen Koopa.
Very cool. How do you spell Koopa?
K00PA.
See, I'm glad I asked that, because if people are looking for Queen Koopa, they're going to go, I don't find it. But now you find it. Thank you, Queen Koopa, Sarah Drew.
Thank you so much, Dan.
She knows my name. I'm famous. What's up, party people? KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming at you live in a living color from the Heroes and Angels ComiCon. Yeah, I know you're listening to this after the Heroes and Angels ComiCon is already done, but I'm just giving you a few highlights. And one of the highlights is standing right in front of me, Mokage Cosplay. I know I introduced you, but introduce yourself.
What's up, party people? It is the Clown Prince of Climb, the host with the most, not KeysDAN, but me, Mr. J. What is up, everyone? And why aren't you here? Why weren't you coming to visit all of us? We're the happiest place on earth!
He's quite scary. He's quite scary. I'm tingling, but not in a good way. Okay, kind of in a good way. I want to be tingled. Tell us more about your cosplay, Mr. J.
Well, if you guys weren't here, and obviously you're missing the best thing ever, I am currently wearing nothing but custom-made everything. Got me some nice skinny jeans on, a purple shirt, of course. I've got my vest, complete with the stripes, not the red, white, and blue. No, but the green! And, you know, the classic clown makeup. Can't go nowhere without it. And the piece de resistance. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I've got my Master Blaster.
Now, you mentioned skinny jeans. What do you think about people that wear skinny jeans that don't have skinny jeans?
Well, whatever floats your boat. Whatever rubs your rhubarb, they may say.
They're tough enough to overstuff, I say.
There you go.
So what kind of wares did you have on the table here? And who are you hanging out with? He's playing with cards. He's giving me the cut sign. I don't want to talk. I don't want to. He's a mute. He's a mute.
Well, I can't say I hired him for his input, but he's got a nice face. We've got Stargate Atlantis DVDs. We've got tabletop RPG stuff. If you like wrestling attire, we've got that too. I have a little figure of Tetsuya Naito. You should come get him. I've got a Deadpool tie. I've got artwork. I've got autographs aplenty. And did I also tell you I have comic books, Star Wars memorabilia? Oh, and if you're a nostalgia person like me, I've also got a Battletoads belt buckle. Come get it while it's hot.
He's got him. He's got him. All right, I watched the movie Stargate. I watched the whole series of SG-1, and then I was about halfway through the Stargate Atlantis series on Amazon Prime, and then they cut it. They cut it, like halfway through, like just a month ago maybe, and I'm so sad. But you've got all the DVDs hanging out here. I almost want to get them.
Come get the set!
All right, party people. So how do we find you on social media? I know we spoke on our podcast a couple weeks ago, right after WrestleMania 35, which was very informative. And how do they find you?
Well, if you want to find little old me, there are 3 places you can do it. Mokage Cosplay on Instagram, Mokage Cosplay on the Facebook, and I also do a little bit of YouTube for Mokage Gaming.
How do you spell Mokage, please?
That is M to the O to the Kage, baby.
He is his own Joker, and it's so good. He reimagined Joker and made him his own. I like it. Any last words for the people?
Adam Cole, baby!
Thank you. What's up, party people? KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming at you live and in living color from the Heroes and Angels ComiCon. I know you're listening to this after Heroes and Angels is already over. Well, you could find out what happened at Heroes and Angels, and you could find out how to be involved in this great organization. I'm sitting with none other than Mr. Chris. Can I call you Chris? I'm not sure.
Chris, yes, you can call me Chris.
It's Santa Claus. Santa Claus is
Chris Kringle.
Chris Kringle. Tell us, how did you get to Heroes and Angels here in Sherwood, Arkansas?
Oh, I am watching everyone, and when Brandy contacted me and said that she wanted me here, as soon as I found that out, I looked at my schedule and went, yeah, I'll be there. These are great kids, and they deserve everything in the world, and what better way to do it than be here representing the North Pole?
You know, I always thought one of the scariest aspects of Santa Claus was he sees me all the time, when I'm sleeping, when I'm awake, when I've been bad, when I've been good. I should be good, for goodness sake. Tell me, does this qualify you as a stalker?
In certain circles, maybe, but the tradition is that I'm looking to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, not that I'm, stalking you by any means.
In this politically correct, hashtag Me Too society that we're living in right now. By the way, notwithstanding all the political stuff aside, he's got this really comfortable chair. Did you bring this from the North Pole?
I did. I actually did, yeah.
And how did you get these items here? Because, Customs may want to talk to you about bringing these items from the North Pole.
It's all magic, man. It's all magic. All I have to do is snap my fingers, and it's there.
Hey, wait, he snapped his fingers. We're in the North Pole. Snap them back, man. It's cold out here. Thank you, Mr. Chris Kringle. Hey, tell the kids how to find you on social media.
You can find me on Facebook at Lil Rock AR Santa. That's LILROCK AR Santa.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chris Kringle, Mr. AR Santa, for letting me have a sit down, because I've been walking around this con just looking at all the goodies that are happening. If you didn't make it to Heroes and Angels ComiCon, I don't know what you were doing, because this is the only place to be in the whole wide world. Yeah, it's better than Disney World, in my humble opinion. It's a good cause. It's a good time for a good cause hanging out here. Santa Claus, man, I got Santa Claus. Tell something. What's the last word for the people?
Ho, ho, ho.
Well said, sir. Well said. What's up, party people? It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con on my podcast, What Makes You Famous? And, I do listen to other podcasts. Of course I listen to other podcasts. I was listening to the Southern Fried Geekery, and who was on Southern Fried Geekery? 4-Color Comics. And who's in front of me? 4-Color Comics. Introduce yourself for the people of What Makes You Famous.
We are 4-Color Comics. My name is Wells Thompson. My partner, who is absent at the moment, is Dalton Shannon. We are a couple of indie comic creators from right here in the Little Rock area.
Now, I'm noticing the comics, and I know some reason of why you call it 4-Color Comics. Why 4-Color Comics?
So what you're not seeing is that they are all in black and white. The reason we're called 4-Color Comics is an allusion to kind of the beginning of the comics industry. There was a 4-color system used: magenta, yellow, cyan, and black, which are still the same 4 colors used in printing today, but it was a much more basic system. We just wanted to show homage to that early period of creation of comics and show that we could pay homage to those roots while also innovating within that.
So you're telling me that colors that happened in the past are still available right now?
As it turns out, yes.
Cool. And you're using them in your comics. Now, what kind of comics are you doing? I'm looking at the titles here, just going by title. Age of Adventure, Descent into Dread, Frankenstein the Unconquered, and Cosmic Epics from the Edge of Eternity. What kind of comics are these?
Well, we really wanted to start with just kind of pulp and whatever stories came to our mind, but we broadly broke them down into those 4 categories. Cosmic is our science fiction line. Frankenstein the Unconquered is schlocky 80s action with some Universal horror monsters. That's our love letter to Universal and to Conan, and to kind of, if it belongs on a Megadeth album cover, it belongs in that comic, Descent into Dread is our horror anthology, and Age of Adventure is our all-ages kind of adventure, Indiana Jones, pulpy stuff.
Very cool. Well, I heard about you from the Southern Fried Geekery. In fact, you burrowed so far into their hearts, they suggested you as their comic book of the week. So go read the 4-Color Comics. How do they find out about you?
You can find us online. We have a website, 4Color Media, at 4colormedia.com. There you'll find all of our comics that we've drawn ourselves, available for free into the public. You can find us at any local convention in Little Rock for in-paper editions. You can also follow us on Twitter at 4Color Fun and Instagram 4Color Comics, where we keep updated all the time.
Now, if you notice, I've put the worst British accent on because 4-Color is spelled a certain way. Tell us how it's spelled.
It's spelled Colour. So it is the British spelling there, and that was because of domain reasons. We had to change it. But
now, I was just listening to a podcast with Russell Brand and Joe Rogan, and he mentioned color. What's with that U, man? What's with that U? And Russell Brand came back with, it rounds out the end of the word, of course. It rounds it out. That's the worst Russell Brand impression ever. He's very manic. Tell us again who you are and what you do and any last words.
We are 4Color Media. We make comics. That is color with a U. And any last words? Support your local creators and go out and make art.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Here's a little bit from Justin Fisher of 3 Alpha Productions at Heroes and Angels ComiCon.
We're actually shooting a commercial for Heroes and Angels for their 2020 Comic-Con. We were very supportive of their message. We believe in what Brandy's trying to do, and we're just hoping that we can be a part of that.
Very good. 3 Alpha Productions. And you have some equipment set up here. Tell me about it.
Yes, what we're doing right now, we are doing several different green screen tests. We're actually adding special effects to it, creating different Iron Man illusions, things of that nature. We also have some of our products being shown on the screen here for different businesses and corporations to be a part of.
How did you get into this line of work?
It's something we've always been a part of and been doing. It's just our time to really start making a push on this.
Very cool. How long you been doing this, 3 Alpha Productions?
Since 2016, for 2 years now.
So you went full-fledged into it. I guess you had Joe job before that and decided, let's do it?
We're actually both active in the military, so this is a side gig.
That's a G.I. Joe job, in fact.
Absolutely,
yeah. Very cool. What branch of the military?
We're actually Army National Guard. We're stationed here in Camp Robinson. I'm full-time, he's full-time. And this is something to do post-military. I'm a communications major, so this helps out with me too. So this is where we're at. We just want to make good products for good people.
3 Alpha Productions. If you need some commercials made, if you want some audio visual, I guess, is that what you're into? You definitely get a hold of them. How do they get a hold of you?
You can contact us at 3alphaproductions@gmail.com, or you can visit us on our Facebook page at 3 Alpha Productions.
Thank you so much. Say your name again and any last words for the people.
I'm Justin Fisher, and just keep believing.
Thank you so much. What's up, party people? It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live in living color once again from the Heroes and Angels ComiCon. I know by the time you hear this, it's already over. Heroes and Angels. If you weren't here, you missed it. But I'm giving you little tidbits of what happened here and how you can get involved with Heroes and Angels in the future. One of the people is right here in front of me. One of the booths. It's the 501st Legion. I see them all over the place. Omnipresence. I like that in a Comic-Con people. All right, introduce yourself and who are you and what do you do?
All right, my name is Charles. I'm with the commanding officer of the Diamond Garrison of the 501st Legion. The Diamond Garrison is the Arkansas branch of the 501st Legion. We cover all of Arkansas, and we go out to other various conventions here in the state and help out with other charity events here in the state.
So I know I've heard about 501st Legion, little tidbits here and there. I'm not sure what the 501st Legion is.
The 501st Legion we are the world's premier Star Wars costuming club. We focus primarily on what is considered the bad guys or the Empire. We have right now currently over 375 different approvable costumes to join the 501st Legion. We are Lucasfilm approved and recognized, so we do the Star Wars costuming.
So George Lucas, he just kind of came in and he approved you. He said it was a good job. You're doing good for the people.
Well, the 501st Legion, it started in the late 90s. One of our founding member, Albion Johnson, actually his daughter was diagnosed with a brain cancer. And so he had built a stormtrooper costume and a custom R2 unit to keep watch over his daughter's bed while she was sick. Sadly, she passed on, but the tradition of the 501st continued. Albion went on to make about a half dozen other stormtrooper costumes. He was out in California, and for one of the Rose Bowl parades, George Lucas needed some stormtroopers, and Albion and a few of his friends came together and made some more stormtroopers. And then we just took off from there.
First of all, sorry about the sad beginnings, but why the 501st? Were there 500 other legions ahead of you? And you said, what are you guys? Oh, 500? We'll be 501. No, why 501st?
Well, it's the 501st is actually started with Albion. He wanted a military-style number, and he thought, well, the 500... but that was just too even, so he just came up with the 501st. So there's really no rhyme or reason to the 501st other than it was just literally a random number Albion came up with.
All the rumors are incorrect. It's not a number from Star Wars. It's an arbitrary number that was just made up, and I love it. Yes, 501st. It sounds so official. And you have lots of wares on your table. Since they're not listening while the Heroes and Angels ComiCon is going on, how do they find out more about you, 501st Legion?
Well, we've got two great websites that you can go to, either 501st.com for the main Legion, or if you want to check out us here in Arkansas, we are ar501st.com.
Thank you so much. Any last words for the people?
Just come on out, enjoy the Comic-Con, and get out and support other charities local here in Arkansas.
Thank you so much, 501st Legion, Heroes and Angels Comic-Con. What's up, party people? It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, live in a living color. Once again from the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con. Yes, I know you're listening to this after the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con is already over, but there's so many ways that you can help out all the people that were here at Heroes and Angels Comic-Con. And one of those peoples is right here in front of me. Introduce yourself.
Hughes Clan Cosplay with Rebirth Comics.
And tell me a little bit about your wares and your store.
We've got tons of collectibles, tons of comics, any toy you can think of just about. If you can't find it, we will find it for you the best of our ability. And if you're looking for something, you want to contact us, you can find us on Instagram at Rebirth Comics and Collectibles or on Facebook at Rebirth Comics and Collectibles.
Went right there for the social media. Now I'm looking at lots of wares here. Give me some of the specific wares. Tell the people what you have on the table.
Our prized possession right now, we've got the Dragon Zord up here, the black and gold Toys R Us exclusive signed by Jason David Franks.
Baby, it's up on the top shelf like it's a fine liqueur. It's up there. You want to reach for the prize, kind of like Wayne was reaching for the guitar in Wayne's World. He says, yes, it will be mine. Oh, yes, it will be mine.
That's right. It will be yours as long as you contact us and we can find it.
All right, well, tell me some of the other wares that you have sitting here for the little people, like me, the ones with small pockets with small amounts of money in them.
Well, we got our stickers going on right now, $2 for $1, excuse me. We've got these awesome DIY Lego portraits right here. You can take apart, rebuild anytime you want. We've got these coasters over here, handmade. We do those custom as well. You can contact us at Hughes Clan Cosplay if you want to get some custom coasters made.
Well, once again, tell the people who you are, where you're from, and how to find you.
All right. We are Rebirth Comics and Collectibles on Instagram and Facebook. We are Hughes Clan Cosplay on Instagram and Facebook. And we are Fantasy Cosplay on Hughes Clan on Instagram and Facebook.
And what's your name and who are you cosplaying, man?
I'm Jeremy Hughes, and I am Nightwing right now.
Thank you, Jeremy Hughes. Nightwing, I see you have a whole family of cosplayers behind you. There's a future cosplayer. I can tell. She's in the basket. She's a little one. She's a tiny one. She's a tots. Well, I went online. I was trying to buy some pins, and I accidentally bought a bunch of these. So I'm going to put these on your table, and maybe somebody will enjoy them. What's the last few words for the people?
Look up Heroes and Angels Con. Give us donations if you feel so inclined. It all goes to help a wonderful cause.
Heroes and Angels ComiCon. Thank you so much. What's up, party people? It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live once again from the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con. Yes, I know, it's after Heroes and Angels Comic-Con when you're listening to this, but you too can be involved with the Heroes and Angels Comic-Cons. Look, there were lots of cool people and lots of nerds, as well at the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con, just like every other Comic-Con. And we had artists, and one of those artists is right here in front of me. Timothy Lim. Timothy Lim, tell the people all about you.
Hey, I'm Timothy Lim. I've been a merchandising art and comic book artist for 8 years going on right now. I've been in comics for about 3 years. That's really all there is to say about me. I draw comics, I draw pinups, I draw posters, merchandise, you name it.
No. It's the specifics. What particular? Because I'm looking at a banner, and it's got a character on there. It's got 2 characters on there. What characters do you draw?
Maybe you're looking at the Marvel banner, but I've drawn trading cards for Marvel. I've worked on their merchandising line as well. I actually finished 2 covers for Spider-Man for the IDW line of Marvel books. So, yeah, I kind of do a little bit of everything.
All right, I haven't seen Endgame, and I know Spider-Man went away in the last film. What is your speculation? Did you watch Endgame already?
I have not. I'm speculating that since there is a sequel coming out that he gets better somehow, so I think being snapped away is something you can recover from.
You know what I've also heard is Endgame is not the end of Phase 3. The end of Phase 3 is the Spider-Man movie that's coming up, Far From Home, right? Is that?
I have no idea. I guess so. If you've heard it, then it has to be real, right?
We've said it right here on tape, and it has to be real, right? If you heard it on the internet, it had to be real. Timothy Lim, how do they find out about you? Where do they find you?
They can find me on Instagram at Ninja Ink. That's my company, so it's NinjaINK, not incorporated, but ink, like the stuff that you put in pens. Or they can find me at ninjaink.com.
What's the future of Timothy Lim in the immediate future?
I'm currently working with my co-creator Mark Pellegrini on a sequel to our book Black Ops. So Black Ops 2 comes out later on this year. We're actually partnering up with Matthew Weldon, who's the artist on Punchline, so it's going to be a lot of fun. That book should be dropping by, I want to say, September, if we're lucky.
I'm looking right now. He's looking through a Black Ops book right now, and it says 2 of 2. So is that the second one? Is that okay?
So Volume 1 completed last year, and Volume 2 is coming out this year, Black Ops Hair Trigger.
Say your name again.
And my name is Mark Pellegrini. I'm the author, and Tim is the artist, as well as Matthew Weldon.
See, that's how the best books are. 2-man team. You got one to write who's really strong in that area, one to draw and ink, and one who's strong in that area. And that makes a great comic. It's hard to find an artist and writer all in one. It's out there. It's out there. There have been some great ones. But teamwork is where it's at, in my humble opinion. What do you think, Mr. Timothy Lim?
Well, it's hard to find the right writer, and so I'm very fortunate that we've been working together for almost a decade now. We work very well as a team. I have no questions about his writing, and he doesn't complain too much about my art. And with Matthew Weldon on board, I definitely don't have many complaints about his art either. So we hope for future partnerships that are this lucrative.
So you don't give each other a lot of notes then, Timothy?
No, we edit each other. So I'll write a script, I'll send it in to him, he'll redline it, send it back to me, and then once we're satisfied, he starts drawing. I mean, yeah, it's fun to be a writer in comics, but comics are a visual medium, so you need someone who can draw, and Tim can draw really well.
So that's the usual process, is the writing and then the drawing. Is that right?
Yeah, that's usually how it works. It's just that typically when you're working for like a Marvel or DC, they have a little bit more of a complicated process. I mean, you have an assembly line of an inker, there's a letterer, there's an editor, there's an associate editor, so it's a little bit more involved. But because we work primarily with independent titles, we have more freedom in terms of basically setting our own workflow.
See, I've learned a little bit more about comics, man. That's very interesting to me. That's why I made this podcast. It's called What Makes You Famous, Radio What Makes You Famous. And I'm learning from you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Any last words, Timothy? Sorry. Any last words? Mark. Sorry, Mark.
No, it's good. Black Ops Volume 2 should be on Indiegogo and a little bit later this year around summertime. And if you're interested, please give us your support.
Thank you, Mark Pellegrini and Timothy Lim. Any last words?
Same thing what he said. Just find us online, support us any way that you can, and hopefully we can put more enjoyable books out on shelves.
Where do they find you online?
NinjaInc.com.
NinjaInc.com. Thank you so much, Mark Pellegrini and Timothy Lim. Heroes and Angels ComiCon. What's up, party people? It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Still live at the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con. I know when you hear this, it's going to be way after the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con of 2019 is over. But, you know, I'm telling you a few things, got a few highlights. Right now I have a pretty lady in front of me, and she's going to tell you a few words. Tell the people who you are and what are you doing here?
I'm Stevie Marie, and I'm just hanging out, checking it out here. I've never been to a Comic-Con here in Arkansas, even though I live here. I lived in California for a few years and went to the Sacramento Comic-Con in San Fran a few times. So it's really cool to check it out down home, see what's going on.
The big one. You went to the big one. Well, this is not quite as big, but have you seen any cool things here?
Definitely. I think the guy cosplaying as Rick Grimes is doing a really good job. I mean, I saw him out the corner of my eye, and I was like, wow, I thought that was him at first.
Yeah, I'm going to have to talk to him. I think he goes by Real Rick Grimes. Well, what do you do?
I actually I work in like the automotive field and work with cars and whatnot. So
selling cars, fixing cars?
I work for the auction, the local auction here, and work on them. So
you can promote yourself. I don't care. This is called What Makes You Famous. That's my podcast.
Right. Well, that's pretty awesome. I appreciate you putting me on your podcast. This is my first podcast interview conversation. So you took it. You're good.
Give the people a few words to live by.
Just live life, have fun, be yourself. You know, don't worry about what other people think, and just do everything that you want to do before you can't do it anymore.
You did so good. Thank you for being on What Makes You Famous. What's up, party people? It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, still live at the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con. Yeah, I know I'm live here, and you're listening to it after the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con is over. But I'm giving you little tidbits, little pieces of what was going on at the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con, and you can still be a part of the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con. One of those parts of the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con, a big part, dare I say it, not just because he's a big guy, you know, not, okay, maybe partially because he's a big dude. He's a big dude in this field. Party people, I want you to introduce yourself and tell the people what you do.
Hey, my name is Scott Bainey. What we do here, what you're seeing here in front of us, I know you probably won't be able to see it since we're doing it on the radio, but we do a lot of real-world props. We also make props for movies, theme parks, and haunted houses. And we also broke in about 2 years ago into actually being actors and actresses and stuff like that with all of our groups. Like I've got a big team, and so I've got actors and actresses, and we've been acting, acting a fool since then. But.
Well, I'm seeing a lot of different props on the tables, and I see like a hammer. Is it a real hammer? Is it something that you could hit somebody over the head with and it would do damage to them?
The props that we have that are here, they are all 10-pound prop foam. So, if I was to say this shovel right here, it's a fake shovel. So if you go off and hit somebody, I mean, it's going to hurt a little bit, but it's still, it's fake.
Folks, it looks like a real shovel, something I could dig a hole with and then fill the hole, which is what my sensei used to say. But I digress. He just hit himself in the head with it. I thought it was going to hurt real bad, and it didn't. It didn't. It seemed like it didn't faze him at all. And I see...
Okay. I'm really okay.
He's hit himself in the head several times, I can tell. And I'm looking at $100 bills. I'm about to take those off the table and go spend them at the food cart down the way. I might get in trouble. So now prop money, and you got prop masks and knives of all sorts.
We also do a lot of private signings with celebrities. So since we started doing acting and stuff like that, we've been able to get in and meet a lot of celebrities. So while we're there, I mean, they like a little extra money too. So, I slide them some money, and then they autograph some stuff for us. And then, of course, when we go to these cons, we can help promote ourselves, but we can also make, additional money on the side.
Yeah, I've heard of this as an endeavor. Any particular autographs that you have going on here?
All right, so the main ones that I've got here today, I've got Ari Lehman, who played the first Jason Voorhees. I've got some stuff from Linnea Quigley. On this other side over here, I've got Alec Vincent, who played Andy in Child's Play. Santiago Cirillo from The Walking Dead. I mean, you name it. I've got to work with a couple different folks. I've also got to work with Tyler Mane, who played Michael Myers in Rob Zombie's Halloween. He also was Sabretooth in the X-Men. So I was his stunt guy in the movie Entrenchment. So the costume that you see down here is actually his costume that he wore in the movie.
So exciting. Scott Bainey, everybody. Actor, stunt double, producer, film props, YouTube personality, haunted attraction owner. Yeah, I'm just reading that off his banner. That's right behind him at the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con. I don't memorize stuff off my head. I'm a talking head. All right, well, tell us how to find out more about you, and also, where can they see you? Hey, the people dig actors. They want to see you in film or TV, or where can they find you?
So the movie Entrenchment is going to be out this year, and they are working to get it on Netflix, Redbox, things like that. It is going straight to DVD, and then we're filming a movie called Slaughtery. We should have it out sometime next year. It's got myself, Santiago Cirillo from The Walking Dead. But if you would like to kind of catch up and see what we're doing right now, you can find us on YouTube. It's Scared City Productions. And then we also have a Facebook page under Slaughtery or Scared City Haunted House.
Sounds pretty spooky to me. Scared City Productions. Scott Bainey, Baney. You make sure you look him up. Any last words for the people?
No, just go out there, buy stuff, support your local vendors and things like that. And we love coming to these cons and meeting new people. So thank you all very much for tuning in. And we love, just love doing this stuff.
Thank you, Scott Bainey, Heroes and Angels Comic-Con. What's up, party people? It's KeysDAN once again from the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con, live in a living color. I know I keep saying live in a living color, but you're not hearing this until way after the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con of 2019 is over. But I'm giving you little tidbits, little pieces of what was going on at the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con, and you could always support the Heroes and Angels, good times for a good cause. One of those things, and I'm getting kind of scared because I think some zombies are going to show up real soon. I got the real everyday Rick Grimes in front of me, and he looks just like Rick Grimes, baby. Tell the people who you are, what you do.
Thanks, brother. So what I do is dress up like a sheriff a lot of times and freak people out. But the cool thing is, this is what I look like every day. So I don't even have to dress up to have people kind of freak out. So this has been a 13-year sort of ordeal that's culminated into the last year, and I've been having fun, going around, and I like to do a lot of charity events and just give a lot of it away in my time, and it's a lot of fun. And the Walking Dead family and the cosplay community and the ComiCon family are all amazing people, and we just love what we do. So,
all right, presumably you like The Walking Dead. Yeah. Any other zombie movies you like?
Well, I'm a huge Fear of the Walking Dead as well. I'm a huge fan of that. But actually, I have a friend of mine that has to be unnamed right now, but he's going to be appearing in the new Zombieland 2 movie.
What?
Yeah, so that's pretty exciting. But a lot of my friends are on the show, so I don't know. I'm really biased. I'm really down with Kirkman. I can't like leave the genre too much. So but other than that, I'm a huge fan of all of Kirkman stuff and what AMC's doing. So it's
all right. Given that you look so much like the actor that plays the real Rick Grimes, is that the only reason that you decided to do this cosplay?
Not really. I mean, I think that was a huge part of it. But really, I got into it because it was something that, for me to give back was the biggest thing. It's been something that's been a part of my life for so long that once I was able to sort of do this fully, I still have another job, but this job has taken over pretty much. But it's not really a job. It's about family and fun, and I just love to give back to the fans and give back to great charities and different things that are really just special. And this is one of those special events. I mean, Heroes and Angels, it's special. So and that's what it's all about. So.
For sure, Heroes and Angels. Now, you've been doing this cosplay for 13 years now. That's 13 years of your life. That's a big chunk of your life. You're a pretty young guy. What did you do beforehand? Were you a cosplayer before that?
Well, and the whole thing goes back with Andy 13 years ago, but I didn't fully step into cosplay full time until about a year ago. So I actually still work the other job. I custom art frame for a living.
You could talk about that. Promote yourself. What makes you famous?
But really, I've gotten the whole Andy thing so long that's where people freak out on my day-to-day. But especially when I do dress up and go to events, it's even more of a wow factor. But I still get stopped at the grocery store or in traffic or anywhere I go, which is a cool thing. And I always tell people I'm not Andy, but I have met Andy and his wife. And most of the cast, I know at least 90% of the cast. So they're all so gracious, and everybody at every event I've ever gone to is always so gracious. And so.
You have such a large online presence. Only a year? I thought it was so much longer than that. It feels like you've been in my head for at least the past 5 years.
Yeah. So, yeah, for me, it seems longer because of that, but really, it's just been a huge blessing this last year, the door that's been open, and I'm thankful for all that's been going on. So it's kind of surreal. It's kind of that this has only been 11 months. So,
man, it's just cool to talk to you. You seem like a cool guy. You're all smiley. Everyday Rick Grimes. How do they find you on social media or what have you?
I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You go to Everyday Grimes. Some of them are listed as The Everyday Grimes, but you can easily find me at The Everyday Grimes or Everyday Grimes at Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and follow me. I'll follow you back, and let's go on this journey together. So it's good stuff. So
very nice. Being community. Any last words for the people?
Hey, love everybody. Take care of each other. And stay safe out there. Don't get bit. So.
Everyday Grimes, thank you so much. Heroes and Angels, ComiCon 2019. What's up, party people? KeysDAN once again from the Heroes and Angels ComiCon. Yeah, I know. I keep saying I'm live 2019, but you're not listening to this until way after the con is over. But I do have some tidbits, and one of those tidbits is Mr. Fantastic himself. Introduce yourself.
Reed Richards.
Yeah, Reed Richards. I know this is my favorite costume that you do, but you do other cosplays what's your real name, and tell the people about your cosplaying.
My real name is Greg Harris. I've been cosplaying for about 2 or 3 years and having fun with it.
Having lots of fun, because if you looked at his Mr. Fantastic, he has extended his arms about, 4 feet?
4 or 5 feet each arm, yeah.
Yeah, kind of hard to walk around in this place, but the aesthetic is it's perfect. He's waving his arms in the air, and waving them like he doesn't care, but he does care. He cares about people. I know that you come around to these Comic-Cons. What brings you here today?
Well, I've always been a big fan of Heroes and Angels, and this is a not miss con because it's not only a fun con and it's growing and getting better every year, but it's also it serves a good cause. So you can come and spend money and know that some of that money is going to go to help kids that really need it.
Very good, Greg Harris. Reed Richards. Mr. Fantastic. Tell the people how to find you online.
Online, you can find me on Instagram at Eat, Pray, Cosplay. Kind of like the book Eat, Pray, Love, only it's Eat, Pray, Cosplay.
Eat, Pray, Cosplay. Thank you so much, Greg Harris. Any last words for the people?
No, that's it. Thanks, Dan.
Thank you so much. Mr. Fantastic, Heroes and Angels Comic-Con 2019. What's up, party people? KeysDAN once again from the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con. Yeah, I know by the time you hear this, the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con number 2019 will be over. But you could still do your part to help out the Heroes and Angels. And I'm giving you tidbits. I'm giving you gems, pieces of what's going on at the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con. And one of those tidbits, well, he's a tall drink of water. Maybe not a tidbit, maybe like a tad bit, perhaps. Hey, introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are and what you do.
My name is Tracy Wilson, and I'm a writer on the side.
A writer on the side. Okay, so you only write in the margins of papers and maybe books?
Yeah, books. I've got a book and an ebook on Amazon.
Well, don't keep us in suspense, man. Tell us what's the name of the book.
The name of the book is Zombie Bites, and it's BYTES.
And I'm guessing it's computer related to zombies?
Well, not exactly. It was just an original name that I thought of that I wanted to stand out a little bit.
Well, that's what it led me to believe. Never judge a book by its title. Yeah. I heard a little bit about you. Brandy Bullock was talking a little bit about you. She said, hey, do you know Mr. Wilson? He's over there. I went, oh, okay. I guess I need to find out who that is. Tell us how the people can get a hold of your Zombie Bites book, or give us a little taste of what it's about.
Basically, the story is the main character, her name is Sarah. She is a former paramedic, and her best friend is Army medic, or a former Army medic, and they had to deal with the daily issues of the zombie apocalypse, trying to survive.
Now, how did you come to have an Army medic? Was there a reason? Were you inspired by something?
Just people that I know in person. I've talked to them, and what they've gone through, especially overseas, and I appreciate everything they've done. So it's my way to say thank you.
That is a good way to say thank you. Once again, say your name and how to get a hold of this book, Zombie Bites, BYTES.
Tracy Wilson. It's under James Tracy Wilson, and it's on Amazon as an ebook and also as a paperback.
James Tracy Wilson, Zombie Bites, BYTES. Check it out on Amazon. Any last words for the people?
Go Team V.
Team V. It's on the back of his shirt. Thank you so much, Tracy Wilson. Heroes and Angels Comic-Con 2019. What's up, party people? Once again, KeysDAN with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. This is the What Makes You Famous podcast, and we're hanging out at Heroes and Angels Comic-Con 2019. I know, you're not going to hear this until after Heroes and Angels 2019 is over, but I'm giving you tidbits. I'm giving you gems, diamonds in the rough. Speaking of diamonds in the rough, we got a cosplayer here. Oh, yeah, you think at a Heroes and Angels Comic-Con, a cosplayer? Tell the people who you are and what you do.
My name's Autumn, and I'm dressed as Tara today from Teen Titans, and I make art, and I work in a restaurant, and I love art.
Perfect. Is there a name for your cosplay?
Tara.
Tara cosplay? Or just Tara?
Tara something that starts with an M, I can't remember.
Perfect. Okay, so tell the people a little bit more about you, how to find you, and what you're all about. I see you have this whole display I'm wearing my vest of buttons, and we have exchanged buttons, which is kind of a thing that people do, in the dark continent. They exchange things, they barter. What do you think? We've done it, Tara.
I think it's great. I love trading buttons, and you're a very kind person to have let me take one of yours in exchange for one of mine.
See, I was reading your tag. It says vendor. See, I was thinking, I forgot the name. What's the name again?
The name of my booth is The Rose Pit, and you can find me on Facebook at The Rose Pit or on Instagram or Twitter at Jesus Ray Skeletor.
At what?
Jesus Ray Skeletor.
Perfect. What kind of wares are you selling here?
I'm selling stickers, sticker sheets, bookmarks, things for people with certain medical conditions to appeal to their taste, prints, buttons, you name it.
Is this things that you do often? Do you go to different Comic-Cons and do this?
I do. I usually do ComiCon every year, and this is my first year doing more than just that, and I'll be at SpaCon later this year, too, to do the same thing.
Very cool. How, again, do they find you on social media?
You can find me on Facebook at The Rose Pit or on Instagram or Twitter at Jesus Ray Skeletor.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Last words for the people.
Keep calm and cosplay on.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. Good job. Heroes and Angels Comic-Con.
Well, there you have it. That's the Heroes and Angels Comic-Con 2019. Oh, my goodness. I had such a good time. I went to bed tired, for sure, after being there all day long. But it was totally worth it. Totally worth it. Thank you so much to all the fine folks that got on the podcast, that put up with me and my little handheld recorder. So looking forward to next year. Heroes and Angels Comic-Con 2020. That's right. Foresight is 2020. Thanks again. If you want to be a part of the program, if you want to tell your story on what makes you famous, please give me a call. 501-470-6386 or email info@radiowhat.com. That's it. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.
Radio What? The music you want. Hey guys, this is Shelly G with a fast fact. The first written account of the Loch Ness Monster, known as Nessie, was made in 565 AD. Do you have a fast fact? Share it with us at Interactive Radio, RadioWhat.com.
Be on Radio What. Call 501-470-6386. Say your name, where you're from, and you're listening to What? The music you want is on RadioWhat.com.